I work in a very small team creating adult animation for NBC. It's a block called TZGZ, which are the letters after SYFY. So it's like late night sci-fi, and we're trying to find the next Rick and Morty. So an 11-minute, quarter-hour episode, really raunchy adult comedic animation. Day to day, I am reading scripts, watching animation, watching the cuts, giving coverage on all of our submissions and pitches that come in. I'm in those meetings, which is really cool. I get to work with the writers and the producers and the creatives really directly on their show. So it goes from script development step to pilot to then series. We've learned from writers what we're looking for because we have a specific, sci-fi mandate, but at the same time, there are these writers that come up with ideas that like touch sci-fi, but might not be completely in that world, but we're able to see a world that totally fits our mandate that we've never even thought would be a great idea for a show. And then they prove it and it's like amazing. In this role, it's been really wonderful because I'm very much in the creative process day to day, and also help with like the legal and budgeting, side of our projects, which is really a very cool place to be because you get to learn how writers pitch their shows, what we're exactly looking for when we decide, what, this is a project we want to go for. Getting to see these writers pitch to us and show us their entire show idea with a pitch deck and scripts. And then, on the other side, getting to understand how a production works from start to finish, how we budget the entire animated pilot and then series and how that changes. And then getting to see the legal side of it. So I've been in charge of tracking our options, which means like if we want to extend a show, like an acquisition, for example, that we got from YouTube, and we want to run that for another year on sci-fi, we'd have to option the contract. So that's something I've had purview over. Standards and practices is a whole world I didn't know much about, but basically, is this appropriate to go on NBC's channel? That really depends on TVMA, TV14, that sort of thing. So getting cuts into that team, having the standards and practices group say, oh, this is flagged. We need to make sure that that's either blurred or taken out completely. So I've been able to learn so many different aspects of animation, which I think is, a rarity, especially in New York, to be able to work in such a creative role. Typically, these roles are in LA.